welcome අයිබෝන්. Simple future tense. So this is what we're going to cover in today's lesson. We usually call the future tense as future form because it is made up with will and going to and different forms, right? So we're going to have a look at the will and going to forms. The simple future tense is used to refer to an action, or it could even be actions, or an event or events, right? That will take place in the future. I still have a long way to drive. I will only reach the hotel late at night. So, this is me, present. Okay. Have I reached the hotel yet? No. Will I reach the hotel in the night? Okay, future, night. Will I reach the hotel? Yes. Okay. So I will reach the hotel only at night, and therefore you can say will only reach. The next one. Simple future tense with will is used to refer or to make predictions, right? So you can either to refer or to make predictions about events we feel that are highly possible to happen. There's a high possibility of that action happening. Cardinals will beat all other teams to win the FA Cup next year. Okay? Will beat, it means that it is a prediction. Or you can talk about a highly possible event. The sky looks gloomy. There will be a storm this evening, right? So you can use will to talk about predictions, or you can use will to refer to actions that are highly possible. Okay? Sri Lanka will win the next cricket match. Prediction. Okay? The clouds are dark. It will rain today evening. So, you're going to talk about something which is highly possible. Right. The next one. The simple future tense is used with will to refer to something which we decide to do at the time of speaking. Now, this is the most important one, right? You decide to do it at the time of speaking. You didn't decide that in the past, but at the moment you decide at the time of speaking. Sunday, how about going for a movie with me this afternoon? Yes, I will come with you. So let me show you an example. This is present. This is the past. And this is the future. Right? So this is myself. And this is me talking. Okay? So my friend, she asked me, Sandhini, do you want to go out for a movie with me tonight? I will say, yes, that sounds great. I will come along with you, right? So, when am I speaking? Now. I'm speaking about it now. When did I decide about it? Now. But when is the actual action going to happen? In the future. So, therefore, you can use the future tense. Again, when am I telling about it? Now. When did I plan it? Now. But when is the actual action going to happen in the future? then you can use the word or the form will form, right? Alright, there's another use which is not will but going to. The simple future tense with going to is used to refer to actions which were already planned to do in the future or which we think are possible in the future. Now let me give you an example before we come here with my same example. Okay, so let me draw my timeline. So this is now, this is the past, this is the future. So this is me and this is me talking, okay. So my friend, she calls me up and she says, alright Sandhani, what are you doing next week? Okay. I will tell her I'm going to Kandy, okay, I'm going to Kandy next week. When am I actually telling it? Now. But when did I actually plan it? This is my head. When did I actually plan it? In the past. But when is the actual action happening? In the future. But because I planned it in the past, because it's a planned activity to do in the future, you don't use will, you use going to. Okay, so I got it from the past, I planned it in the past, I'm actually telling it at the moment, but my actual action is going to happen in the future, right? Let's have a look at the example. The college is going to hold a seminar on money management during the December holidays, which means it was planned to do in the future. So that's the main difference between will and going to. Going to is that you plan it in the past and the actual action happens in the future. Whereas will, you at the time of speaking, you decide it and the actual action happens in the future. But grammatically, there's nothing wrong in it. In terms of the timelines only, there is a difference, right? You also use the future tense with shall, which is a bit old-fashioned. We don't use shall in modern English, but it's not wrong. You can use it, right? Simple future tense with shall can be used with I and we. However, it is more common to use will for both nouns. Okay. So example, you can say, I shall join you for dinner. Or you can say, we shall join you for dinner. You don't say she shall join, okay? You only use it with I and we. But it is more common to use I will join you for dinner, or you can say we will join you for dinner, right? Now here the most common is to use will. You can use I will, she will, he will, it will, you will, we will, okay? So here, if you see the form, it is will plus the base form of the verb, right? So let us have a look at the form. I'll get a different color So here, if you can see, the form is will plus the base form of the verb. That means no ed, no s, no ing, nothing, right? So let's have a look at some examples, right? So let's take singular. Will, I'm just going to put base verb, right? So example, will eat, will drink, will dance, will join. Okay, so let's have a look at an example, right? She will join us. He will join us. Okay, so you can see he will plus the base form of the verb. He will plus the base form of the verb. So she will, he will, it will, Maya will. If you have a singular subject, will plus the base form of the verb. What will happen if there is a plural subject? Again, will plus the base verb. Okay, so example, will eat, will drink, will dance, will join. So you can have plural subjects like we will eat. You can continue it. They will eat. I, even though it's singular, it will also have will eat. You, because I and you, they act like plurals, but still here there is no difference, right? So we will, they will, I will, you will. Okay, so it's the same. There is no difference for singular and plural subjects. Right, so moving on, find out why B is correct and A is wrong. Let's have a look at it. In 5 years' time, countries experience great changes in their economic and social status. Okay. Have we planned for an economic and social status change? Not really. But here it says experience. Is it a day-to-day routine thing? No. So is it something a long-lasting thing? Not really. So therefore you can't say experience. You will have to say in 5 years' time, something that's going to happen in the future will be what? The changes in the economic and social status. So will experience, right? The next one. B is correct and A is wrong. India certainly win the coming international championships of 2020 cricket. So has it yet happened? No. Is it going to happen in the future? Yes. Is it a prediction? Yes. So can you use just, certainly? No, you have to say India will certainly win, okay? So you can't just say win there, you have to say will win. Certainly, frequency, so you have to say will certainly win, right? Next one, B is correct, E is wrong. It feels musty in here. I will switch on the air cooler to help make it better. Now, what do you mean by musty? Musty means you feel a very damp smell, right? So, it feels musty here. I switch on the air cooler to help make it better, okay? So, at the moment, it's feeling a bit musty, but have you actually done it? No, right? Are you hoping to do it? Yes, so I will switch on the air cooler, right? So I switch on the air cooler. No, it's not a routine kind of thing, but I will definitely do it because of the musty feeling around here, you know, the damp smell around here. All right, so let us have a look at the next activity. Circle the numbers of the correct sentences, right? So here you have a few sentences. You need to circle the ones which are correct only. So you can write the sentence numbers which are correct in your notebook, right? The sports club will distribute food coupons to the competitors later today. Next one. Jason is going to do exceptionally well in the office. I strongly feel he will receive an offer to go for further training overseas. The stream is going to burst its banks and the flood low-lying areas because of the heavy. All right, so moving on, the next one. Jason is going to do exceptionally well in the office. I strongly feel he will receive an offer to go for further training overseas. The stream is going to burst its banks and flood the low-lying areas because of the heavy rain recently. The rise in the price of oil is going to cause a simultaneous rise in the prices of all other commodities. So, we have 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, right? So, let us see. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay? So, those are the correct ones. Let us see why those are correct, right? The sports club will distribute food coupons to the competitors later today, right? So, this is going to happen in the future and it was decided at this moment, right? And the action is going to happen in the future. So, if the action will happen in the future, you could tell will distribute. The second one, why don't you take a nap, Shane? I finish the stamping for you, right? I'm actually going to do it, but have I actually done it? No. The present tense, finish means the present tense, right? And you cannot use finish here because it's not a routine activity. So because it's not a routine activity, we don't use the simple present tense. So therefore, number 2, we can mark it as wrong, right? The weather seems quite chilly today. I think I go in find my sweater. So it seems quite chilly. So what you have to say is I think I will go in and find the sweater because you want to do the action in the future. And because the weather is chilly today, at the moment you're thinking, okay, let me go in and get my sweater. So I think I will go. So because we don't have will, question number 3 is incorrect. Okay. They are going to approve the apartment construction behind the hotel. So going to, as I told you, the difference between will and going to, right? So will, you decide at the time of speaking, but the action happens in the future. However, going to, you decide in the past and the action will happen in the future. So, the construction has already been approved. It means that the thought of it was already done in the past and the action will happen in the future. So therefore, they are going to approve the apartment is correct. The only difference is that it is different in terms of the timeline. Okay, but if you say they will approve the apartment, it's still correct. They are going to approve, it's still correct. Okay. Alright, moving on. Jason is going to do exceptionally well in the office. I strongly feel he will receive an offer to go for further training overseas. So it is a prediction, okay, or a high possibility that he will go for the training, so he will receive. Jason is going to do exceptionally well in the office. So going to, right, he's already done his work well. So it's likely that he will do his work well in the future. So going to is fine as well. The stream is going to burst its banks and flood the low-lying areas because of the heavy rain recently, right? The stream, you can't say is going to because it's not planned, okay? So it should be the stream will burst, okay? So completely grammatically wrong, so we mark that incorrect. The rise in the price of oil is going to cause a simultaneous rise in the prices of all other commodities. So once one thing rises, all the other prices, they're going to rise, which means when that action happens, it's from the past that you're bringing it into the future, so definitely is going to cause. Okay? Gina and Alan get on well with each other. I think they will get engaged. Okay? So you think that they will get engaged before the year ends. So that is a high possibility or a prediction, so you use will. Alright, so here are the answers 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay? Right. Fill in the blanks with the simple future, present perfect or past perfect tenses. So you have to choose. Is it going to be simple future? Is it going to be present perfect? Or is it going to be past perfect? Right, so let's have a look at the first sentence. Come on, David, we have to leave immediately or we blank the first part of the match. Okay, so think about it. What's the time frame? We had better get off the streets. There is going to blank a clash between the police and the protesters. I can't reach the top drawer to get the boxes down. Sonia, please blank up and get them for me. When Joanna called me last Tuesday, she blanked to an apartment near the college. Larry blank going to have a shock when he walks into the surprise birthday party we have planned for her. So moving on, Larry blank going to have a shock when he walks into the surprise birthday party we have planned for him. We have often lectured Bento about his messiness, but it blank him any good. The clouds have finally cleared. We blank beautiful sunshine for our game this evening. The dentist is busy, madam. Would you like to take a seat and wait? Yes, I blank and see him. The clouds have finally cleared. We blank beautiful sunshine for our game this evening. The dentist is busy, madam. Would you like to take a seat and wait? Yes, I blank to see him. I need to consult him about my medicine. Right? So, take some time and complete the gaps. Alright? Moving on to the next sentences. Biddy's shop was only partially burnt by the fire. Luckily, the neighbors blanked the fire department as soon as they noticed the smoke. The children blanked so excited about the trip, they have never been on a cruise previously. Alright? So, let us have a look at the answers. Will miss, are going to miss. You can have either one. Be, climb, had just moved, is, hasn't or has not done, will have, will wait, had alerted, will be, are going to be. Now, let us have a look at the answers, right? So, here are the answers. Hopefully, you've marked it, but let us go back and review one by one, okay? Come on, David. We have to leave immediately. We will miss. Okay? Seems like that is quite straightforward. We will miss the first part of the match. Okay? So you're kind of telling that because at the time of speaking, you think, oh, we will miss the match. Okay? But the other answer is also correct. So they have will miss, are going to miss, both are correct, right? Next, the next one. We had better get off the streets. There is going to be. Base form of the verb, there is going to be a clash between the police and the protesters. So, the base form of the verb after that, so the be verb remains as it is, and that's correct. Let us have a look at the next one. I can't reach the top drawer to get the boxes down. Sonia, please, at the time you're asking her, Sonia, please get that for me. Please climb up and get them for me, right? So, it's kind of instructions, and for instructions you use the simple present tense, right? So, here we have climb. Let's have a look at the next one. When Joanne called me last Tuesday, she blanked to an apartment near the college. So, last Tuesday already done, so she had moved. Okay, so when you use had moved, remember the frequency adverb must come in the middle. So you can say she had just moved. Okay, so I wrote the auxiliary verb and the main verb. The frequency adverb comes in the middle, okay? Next one. Larry blank going to have a shock when he walks into the surprise birthday party we have planned for him, okay? Larry is going to have, right? Because we have already planned that in the future. So, Larry is going to have a shock when he comes into the room. We have often lectured Bento about his messiness, but it has not done. Has not done, or you can say hasn't done him any good. Okay, so moving on. Has not done or hasn't done any good, right? Let's have a look at the next one. The clouds have finally cleared. We blank beautiful sunshine for our game this evening. So prediction, we will have. We will have. Okay? Will have. Next one. The dentist is busy, madam. Would you like to take a seat and wait? Yes, I will wait, because now only you're deciding that you will wait for him. So, I will wait and see him. Okay? So, will wait. Next one. Billy's shop has only partially burnt by the fire. Luckily, the neighbors had alerted. This is in the past. So, had alerted the fire department as soon as they noticed the smoke. So, it has already been done. Okay? The children so excited about the trip. They have never been on a cruise previously. So, it's nothing that they have done before. So, you can use it in either way. You can say the children will be so happy, or you can say the children are going to be happy. Going to be so excited about the trip. Alright. So, will be or are going to be, you can use both because they are not grammatically incorrect. The only difference is the timeline, as I told you before. Right? Alright. So, moving on. Cross out the incorrect verb forms to complete the sentences. Anne is going to receive or will receive the parcel I sent her in 8 days' time. Okay. So, which one do you think is more appropriate? The situation in the country is tense. We think there will be a struggle for power between the rival parties. We have a choice of buns and pies. What would you like? I'm having, or I will have, a pie, please. That glass ornament is going to fall. It's too near the edge of the drawer. The next one. The government is going to approve soon or will soon approve the construction of a new pharmaceutical plant to make medicine for the country. Consumers will think seriously before buying imported goods when the prices of these items increase. Local banks have frozen, will froze all applications for personal loans immediately. They are going to were closing the grocery when we dashed in to buy some apples. The CEO of the company is going to will officiate the opening of the monthly meeting this Friday. Future electricity shortage will dominate the discussion at the conference next month. Okay? So, I hope you have paused and you've, done the answers. Now, what are you supposed to do as the answers? Cross out the incorrect verb. We are not choosing the correct one. You should have written the incorrect verb, right? So, let us have a look at the answers. Will received, will being, am having, fall, going to approve soon, think, will froze, are going to close, will be officiate, has dominates, right? So, let us go back and see why it is wrong. Anne is going to receive. So, let's have a look at the answers, and I hope you have got to the incorrect verbs, right? Not the correct ones, the incorrect ones. Will receive, will being, am having, fall, going to approve soon, think, will froze, are going to close, will be officiate, has dominates, right? So, let us go back and see. Anne is going to will receive the parcel I sent her in 8 days' time. Okay? It has already been planned in 8 days' time. So Anne is going to receive is the correct one. So we have to cross out will receive. Okay. So let us see the answer. Will receive is there. Next one. The situation in the country is tense. I think there will be, will being. Will be is grammatically correct because with will you have the base form of the verb. You cannot have an ing form. So will being is completely wrong and therefore the answer should be will being. Next one. We have a choice of buns. What would you like? I am having, I will have a pie, please. Okay, so at the moment you decide, I will have a pie. I am having means I'm eating it. I'm having a pie. So that means I'm eating it at the moment. Is that what it means here? No. It means that I will have a pie for the future, but at the moment you're deciding it. So will have is correct. I am having is wrong. So therefore, am having should be the answer, right? The next one. The glass ornament fall is going to fall, okay? So the glass ornament is going to fall, right? It's just at the edge. It hasn't fallen yet, but it will fall. Fall here is present tense, so that is definitely wrong and is going to is the correct one. So if we see the answers, fall is incorrect. Okay. Next one, the government going to approve soon, will soon approve. Okay. The construction of a new pharmaceutical plant. So can you say going to approve soon? Okay, you can't because if it's the adverb, it has to be in the middle. So going to soon approve. But obviously it says going to approve soon, will approve soon. So this is incorrect. Will approve soon is correct. Okay. So therefore, the answer going to approve soon is incorrect. Anyway, there is no is there, is going to should be there. So it's not there. And that also makes it completely incorrect. Consumers will think seriously before buying imported goods when the prices of these items will increase. Sorry, when the prices of these items increase. Okay. So what should be the answer? Consumers will think in future. So this is the correct answer. Think is wrong. In future, when the prices increase, they will think before they actually buy something. So think is incorrect. Next one. Local banks have frozen, will froze. They have already frozen it. Can you say will froze? Wrong, because you can't have the past tense with will. It should be the base form. So will froze is a wrong form anyway, and then that is incorrect. Okay. Next one. They are going to close. They were closing when we dashed. So this is in the past tense, okay. Longer action, shorter action, okay. They were closing the grocery store when we dashed in to buy some apples. So they were closing with long action. You interrupted by dashed. So there you go. They are going to close is definitely wrong. Okay. So you can't have are going to close. The CEO of the company is going to officiate, will be officiate. Okay. The opening of the monthly meeting this Friday. So it has already been planned in the past and the action will happen in the future. So is going to officiate is correct. Will be officiate is definitely wrong and therefore we have marked it wrong. Next one. Future electricity shortages, has dominates, will dominate. So when you have the has, it has to be the past participle. So this is definitely incorrect. Will along with dominate is correct, and therefore it is has dominates is incorrect. Okay? Right. So I hope you have got all of these answers and you have now a better understanding as to why some answers were correct and why some answers were incorrect. Alright? The next activity. The sentences below contain incorrect verb forms. Write the verbs in the boxes, but which verbs? The correct verbs. So here you have some incorrect verbs. You have to write the correct verb in the boxes, right? I need to send these emails today. I'm going to type them later. I'm going to email them for you. Okay? Mr. White already agreed to auction, so we will sort the furniture tomorrow. Angel is going to scoring straight A's in the coming exams. She has been studying hard for weeks. Nana, why don't you have a nap? What do you mean by Nana? Nana means grandmother, right? But usually abroad we don't call them grandma. Some people actually call them Nana, okay? Nana, why don't you have a nap? I was ironing and fold the clothes for you. The friends had been watching a live show today, so they haven't had time for their meals. The director will insisted that Edie come for the practices today. They only have 3 days left before the drama. Moving on. Nana, why don't you have a nap? So what do you mean by the word Nana? Actually, Nana means grandma, okay? So grandma, why don't you have a nap? I was ironing and fold the clothes for you. The friends had been watching a live show today, so they haven't had the time for their meals. The director will insisted that Ed comes for the practices today. They only have 3 days left before the drama. Hannah isn't going to be revealed the secret plan, but we managed to persuade her to give us some hints. Bethany and Henry are planning to buy a house next month as they think property prices are going to come down by that time. Economists can't really predict which direction the global economy will take in the next 2 years. As oil resources are rapidly being depleted means reducing, geophysicists has been searching for alternative resources of energy. Now here I have underlined the incorrect one for you, right? So actually you don't need to find it. It has been underlined for you, right? So here are the incorrect verbs. What you have to do, write the correct form of these verbs, right? All right. So let us have a look at the answers. I'm going to mail, will mail. Already agreed, has already agreed. Is going to score, will iron, have been watching, will insist, isn't going to reveal, are going to come down, will take, have been searching. So let us have a look at one by one, right? The first one. I need to send these emails today. I'm going to type them later. So you've already decided that in the past that you're going to do the action later. I will email them for you. At the moment you're talking, so I will email them for you. So, will email. Mr. White already agreed to auction. So we will sort out the furniture tomorrow. Mr. White. Let's see. Oh, we forgot to check the answer. So, will mail. Okay. The second one. So, Mr. White already. So, something has happened. Recent past. So, what can we say? Mr. White has already agreed. Okay. So, here is your answer, which is has already agreed. Next one. Angel is going to scoring. Can you say is going to scoring? No. You have to say is going to, the base form of the verb. So, is going to school. Next one. Nana, why don't you have a nap? Ironing? No. So, something that you're going to do in the future, you're telling her now. I will iron. My friends had been watching a live show today. So, today is present. So, can you use the past perfect continuous? No. Started in the past, but coming to the time of speaking, has been. Sorry, my friends. So, you can't say has. It needs to be have. My friends have. Plural form. Have been watching. The director will insisted. You can't say will insisted. The director will insist. Insist means you keep on telling over and over again. So, let us check the answers. We wrote is going to score, will iron, have been watching, will insist. So, we have done that bit. Let's have a look at the next bit, right? Hannah isn't going to be revealed. Hannah isn't going to reveal. So, when we take number 8, Bethany and Henry are planning to buy a house next month. They think the property prices are going to come down. No, you can't use past tense. You have to say are going to come down. Next one, economists can't really predict which direction the global economy will taking. You can't tell the ing. You can't have the ing form. So, will is along with the base form of the verb. So, will take in the next 2 years, right? The last one. As oil resources are rapidly being depleted, geophysicists. Can you say has when the subject is plural? No. You have to use the plural form. So, have been searching. Alright. So, coming to our last answer, have been searching, and we've got that as well, right? So, I hope now you understand the form as well as the use of the future tense, right? Let us look at the last activity. This is an extract from the Grammar Builder Book 4. The World Wildlife Foundation has chosen the giant panda as its logo for a good reason. Their numbers rapidly dwindling in their native China. In the next few years, China will embark on a program to save the pandas from extinction. Concerned Chinese scientists going to take steps to increase the panda population. The Chinese government will intensify efforts to protect the young cubs, monitor their growth and feed them. Food will be of the utmost importance in this case, as the staple diet of these animals consists of young bamboo shoots which used to grow in profusion in parts of China. Forest clearance has led to a loss of habitat for the pandas. Many of these animals will face starvation unless something is done quickly. China is going to ban logging and officially announce that pandas are a protected species. These measures help to safeguard the environment in which pandas live. So here you have a paragraph. Underline the incorrect sentences and rewrite them correctly. So pause the video here and make sure you underline or you identify the wrong sentences and then rewrite them correctly. Okay? So the space is given for you this way, but you obviously can do it in your notebook. Let us have a look at the answers. So let's have a look at the answers. Their numbers rapidly dwindling. Dwindling means it's depleting, right? In their native China. So you can't say at the moment if it is happening, you have to say the numbers are rapidly dwindling. Concerned Chinese scientists going to. You can't just say going to, you have to have an auxiliary verb. So, because scientists are plural, are going to. The Chinese government will intensify. You don't say intensified, you can't have the ed with the base form. It should be with will, so therefore will intensify. Food will being, you don't say B-I-N-G, B-E-I-N-G. The ing form is not there, so will be, right? These measures help to safeguard. It's not helped in the past, it's actually going to help you in the future. So, will help to safeguard the environment in which the pandas live, right? So, here are the incorrect ones. And I have rewritten it with the correct forms. So, with that, we have come to the end of a very long lesson. We had a look at the future tense today, right? So, the simple future tense, we had a look at will and going to be forms. You need to understand what is the clear difference between these two tenses. When do you use it? Why do you use these different forms to talk about which time frame? So we've done a lot of practice and I've explained a lot of examples for you. So hopefully by now this gives you a good recap of this specific tense, simple future tense.